Did you hear it, Papa? They want to see a part 3. They want to see a part 3, Papa. Oh, God. Alright, what's up, fam? We are here in Navy Lingo Part 3. You guys wanted to see it, so here it is for you. Also, I wanted to, shout out aviation, structural mechanics, airframers out there. I got my AM shirt on. I found it actually in my laundry. I thought I lost it on deployment, but I still got it. I got this shirt when I was in Pensacola. Shit, back in 2011 when I was in A school. Woo, boy. I was just a little JTsuits back then. I was 19. Goddamn. Let's get into Navy Lingo Part 3. Now, this first one I want to talk about. This shit pissed me off the most. Now, when you get called into general quarters, or if we have battle stations, if we have a drill on the ship, or a man overboard drill.
Louis Regas and his fellow recruits are fighting to save their ship.
Your ship is burning, and you are wasting time!
Regas is aboard the USS Trayer, a huge simulator designed by the Navy and entertainment industry.
We have been hit by a missile, midships on the starboard side.
Sounds, smells, flickering red lights. It's all part of an exhausting overnight drill which all Navy recruits must endure.
Everybody has to muster at their work center or at their battle stations. So the whole ship, on my carrier, you have all 5,000 of the people, everybody running around trying to get to where they need to go. And there's a certain direction traffic flows on any kind of ship. On our carrier, on both the carriers I was on, and I'm pretty sure this is standardized across the fleet, if you call man overboard or general quarters and the bells and whistles are going off and the alarms are going off and you need to muster at your work center or your battle station. Let me just break this down to you. You guys are going to be confused as fuck. The front is the bow. The back of the stern, the back of the ship is the stern, all right? It's aft. Forward is the bow, the stern is aft. Now when they call all battle stations, general quarters, man overboard drills, whatever, and you have to muster, the starboard side of the ship is where you go up the ladder wells if you have to travel up or if you have to go forward. You go on the starboard side, the right side of the ship to do all that. If you need to go down the ladder well or aft, you go on the port side. So you go on the left side of the ship to do all that. And if you fuck it up, you're going to cause traffic jams in the ladder wells. You're going to cause people to get really fucking pissed at you, and you're going to fuck up the whole flow of traffic. Because people have minutes, you have seconds. If somebody's life is at risk, especially if it's a man overboard drill, we have to muster, we got to get the helos out, we got to get the little boat thing, the rib out for them to look for the personnel. And every second matters, even if it's battle stations, general quarters, if it's a drill. Up and forward is on the starboard side, down and aft is on the port side. That's how you travel in emergency situations on the ship. Remember that, don't fuck it up. Alright, so I know we just covered a bunch of stuff right there. We covered the bow, which is the front of the ship, the stern, which is aft, the very back. We covered starboard side, which is the right, port side, which is the left. We covered how to travel up and down the ladder wells during emergencies. Remember, starboard is up and forward. Port is down and aft. Now, also, the next Navy lingo I want to talk about, called the bomb farm. On a carrier, the bomb farm is up on the flight deck. It's behind the island, and it is where we keep all of our ordnance for the aviation ordnancemen, for the AOs, to mess around with on the flight deck. We keep all that inside the bomb farm. Like I said, it's behind the island. If you're not an AO, if you're not part of that division, then stay out of the bomb farm. Do not walk into it, because there is people always on watch that are standing up there on the flight deck making sure nobody fucks with the bomb farm. So if you are on a carrier, do not go up on the flight deck if you don't have to, especially. If you're not a flight deck personnel and you want to go up there, make sure you're with somebody that's flight deck qualified, or it's during FOD walk down and you're allowed to be up there. Alright, now this next one is called capping, or cap. This is very important. This helps you rank up in the Navy, because say, you're trying to advance to E4, E5, E6, and you have to take your test and you have to get a good eval. Now let's say you missed advancing by like 1 little point or 2 little points, and your skipper, right, your commanding officer knows you're a really shit-hot sailor, you deserve to be promoted. He can cap, which means he can automatically advance you on the spot from E4 to E5, E3 to E4, E5 to E6. He can cap you just like that. The power of the skipper. Usually he'll, every year it'll be 2 or 3 sailors that are capped to the next rank if they don't make if they don't pass it on the test, or if they're just a really shit hot sailor and he thinks they deserve to be promoted. Alright, this next one is very funny. It's called a pad eye. If you're aviation like myself, or if you work on the flight deck, you will be very, very accustomed, even in the hangar deck, on the hangar bay, even if you're not aviation, you'll walk around and you'll see these little things in the ground, these little four-prong little hooks, and it's for us to do our chocks and chains. That's how we secure the helos, F-18s, whatever aircraft it is. We attach it to the aircraft on one end, and the other end we attach to the pad eye. And usually we hook up, at least 12 chains around the whole aircraft to tie it down to secure it. Especially if it's during heavy seas, so the aircraft doesn't go whoop, and, it doesn't tip over, you don't lose one. Also, pad eyes are very important because if you're aviation, like I said, that is your area of responsibility. That's another term, AOR, area of responsibility. You have to clean those every single morning. Every single day you have to clean out the pad eyes. You have to clean the water out from under them. Sometimes you can have a vacuum and suck out the water, but a lot of times they'll just give you rags. And you literally have to stick the rag in the pad eye and just go back and forth and stick it in there and soak all the water up and clean all the dirt out of the pad eyes because, it does make sense. Those can harbor a lot of foreign object damage, FOD, like we talked about last video, which foreign object damage is bad because it can get in the aircraft's engine bay, in the hydraulics bay, and it can jam flight controls. It can take down aircraft if the FOD is big enough. Even just little pieces of metal, screws, bolts can mess something up. So pad eyes can hold a lot of that stuff and dirt and junk. So you got to clean the pad eyes out, clean the water out of them. And that's just something, like I said, on deployment that really just is very monotonous. Anybody you ask, cleaning pad eyes is the most annoying fucking thing. I guarantee you they will tell you that. It's just part of being aviation. It's part of being, on deployment, on a carrier. Just got to get used to cleaning those fucking pad eyes. This is going to be ending part 3. I hope you enjoyed this series. I can potentially do more. Maybe Lingo you need to know. Maybe possibly a part 4. I just have to, there's only so much lingo that is out there that's, entertaining or interesting. I don't want to just be like, the galley. Everybody knows the galley is the fucking kitchen. The head is the bathroom. The bulkhead is your wall. There's just like basic things. You don't really, you'll figure it out on your own. These are just more of the in-depth ones that, give you a little heads up. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this series. Let me know by giving this video a like and a comment if you want to see more. Because definitely, if you guys want to see more, I will do more. That's what I'm here for. Social media below as always. Hope you guys have a good weekend, a good afternoon. I will see you very soon. More videos to come. Goodbye.